Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here to do the second video on this Patreon doubleheader, and this one is a request from this patron right here. I'm just going to say the name of the band, because that's the only thing I can even... I don't even know where to go with the rest.
We spent like 5 minutes trying to guess what
Well, the name of the band is Grai.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we can get that out of the way. The rest, I can't even throw a guess. I mean, I don't know. It's all Russian to me.
Exactly. Well, it is. I mean...
I know, Mr. Redundant. That was the whole point of the joke. All right. Are you ready for this? Like, I don't know what... I'm assuming this... Coming from Russia, normally we get some really cool folk bands.
Is it Russia? Or...
Yeah, no, there's definitely Russian, but I'm...
No, I'm saying, is the band from Russia? Because it could be Ukrainian.
No, Russia. I'm 100% sure they're from Russia. And I'm thinking it's probably folk metal, because there's... it seems every time we do a band from Russia... They're always like folk metal, and they're always really good. Yeah. So I'm assuming that somebody on Patreon, knowing those facts, they would steer us in that direction. That's kind of what I'm going with.
Okay.
All right. So you ready for this?
Yeah.
Now this is more my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Wow. You go first. What do you got to say?
I mean, I really wanted more of that guy's vocals. I gotta say.
Me too.
I was like,
that doesn't take anything away from
anyone,
from anybody. But I wanted those vocals to come back again.
They were something.
They were Siberian.
Oh, they were the wolves of Siberia.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they definitely came from the gulags and is that a thing?
Yeah,
I think it is.
The gulags in Siberia.
In Siberia, like definitely, they came all the way from there, from the tundra. From the Siberian
Those
tundra.
were some godly, heavy vocals, and because it sounded so.
And to me, they kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but they sounded so evil. It's so opposite of what was happening. They were the vocal equivalent of the guitar that started out the song, because the guitar that started out the song was very drawn and doomy, and that was what the vocals were. And then the female vocals were like the...
More folky, just like the flute.
Were basically the flute.
The equivalent.
Yeah, the equivalent to the flute. Oh, this was so good.
It was so good. I just wish they kind of came back for
I
another... I wish the song was a little bit longer. To give them a chance to come back again. Because to be honest with you, with the length of the song, I don't see how you can fit them in again and to make the song
unless
even
you
make
don't
sense.
do that part where it was the going back and forth with
there's a little bridge there in the middle
that was going back and
that
if you just cut that
the
a little bit shorter, then you're able to do it.
I don't know if you want to do that. I'd rather make the song a little bit longer, and bring them in to close off the song, like to close off with like
as a duet between them.
No,
well,
just him.
Duet, but like both of them.
I wanted him to just come on and do what he did at that piece, but then at the end of the song, he just finished like with a Triple H grunt, like.
I know, but I wanted to end with both of them at the same time.
No, you really?
Yeah. Because he would drown her out mostly, so you just get her as like a mist in the background.
Okay, so that's not okay. So, but that's okay. Now you're giving me something different. That I could go with, finishing the song with him doing what he was doing and her just kind of humming behind him.
I know, but even if she went with the vocals, his vocals are so deep. They kind of just drown out everything else.
His vocals come from the testicles all the way up. Like holy shit. The thing about this song, I agree with everything you said. Her voice is the equivalent to the flute. His voice is more of that guitar drawn out sound.
Yeah.
Like 100% I agree with all of that. But this song, I kind of had a feeling was going to be a full... I didn't do any research, honestly. I didn't check anything. I got a feeling based on the name. And like I said, almost every single band we've done from Russia... Almost.
We did the one...
It's either deathcore or it's been either deathcore or folk. With a name like Grai, it didn't scream deathcore to me. So anyways... I kind of put my chips in the middle and I thought it was going to be folky. And it was, right? So the moment the song starts and I hear that flute, I was like, okay, we're already starting off on the right note.
Yeah.
Because you already have me. Now, you really have to shit the bed from that point on to really get me to hate this song.
Yeah.
Because when you start with that beautiful flute melody, it's already like 85% of my enjoyment is already there.
By the way, when it started, did you think it was just the guitar player, the drummer, and the flute girl?
Yeah, the one that came frockling from the back. I had no idea. Like
no, because I didn't. Because obviously it was just pointing at them. It didn't even see the
I
other.
I figured there was more people. It's just the angle.
Oh, I just thought it was.
But I thought the girl that plays the flute. I thought she was the singer.
The singer too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But her whole thing was just the flute, which I gotta say, even when the guitars were coming in, everyone was headbanging. She was still playing the flute.
So I thought she was going to be the lead singer. That's what I thought. She was going to alternate between singing and the flute. So when I heard the flute, I was like, okay, I'm already kind of like balls deep into this. You really now going to have to really do it's going to be a very difficult job for me to hate this song. So you're going to have to do a lot of work to make me hate it. Because that flute melody, it was...
It's going to bring me back every time.
It's just incredible. It had a little bit of an Aladdin vibe to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the sound that it carries has a little bit of that feel to it. It's just absolutely magnificent. Then the vocals... When she comes from the background and she starts, her voice is like you said, is the equivalent to that. It has great melody. It has a great sound to it. I just love like when she came and she started singing, her voice.
But then half of the time she wasn't even singing. Most of the time she was just kind of like humming, as like.
Yeah, but it's her voice is just
It's just beautiful.
It's honestly, it's really the equivalent of the flute. The two have a lot of similarities between them. So
she even did the same melodies when she would do the humming. She
the
would
humming,
do the same melodies as the flute.
So I absolutely love that. But I thought at that point, okay, this is how the song is going to go. It's going to be her singing, the flute, and didn't you think that way?
I thought it would. I thought it was going to be that way, but
because I didn't think she was going to have harsh vocals either. Because I thought, her voice is just so incredible. Like, she's here to give this song this incredible light.
I thought the song was just
going to stay this way,
like this. And then
that's what I thought.
When he kicked me in my nuts.
Fuck! When he opened his mouth and all that evilness came from I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was just not expecting it. And
then after it finished, I'm like, I've never wanted to be kicked in the nuts twice, and until now.
Yeah, it's just, dude. I just feel like it's not like we've never heard this kind of dynamic before, but the way the song is progressing, the way the song is going, it just doesn't give me any hints that this guitar player suddenly is gonna like say something or sing and sound like that. Because it's not just the singing, it's not just like harsh vocal. His voice was really powerful. It had like, man, it was coming from like
my chest. Yeah.
Yes, it was coming from like this deep place. So it's not just like, oh, you know, like harsh vocals, clean vocals, whatever. We've heard this before. No, there was some power in his performance, and the song itself didn't make me think that was coming, because I thought this was going to be a very apple picking, super folky kind of track. With the flutes taking the lead and then alternating with the clean vocals. That's kind of how I thought the song was going to go. So when he comes and he does that, I was like, wow. Like, the song, it went automatically all the way to 11 on the scale. The only thing is that I wanted him to come back again, because it was so good. It kind of, I felt like I just got a taste of it. I want more of him, you know? And I think if the song had come back again with the two of them at the end, like you said, I think it would have been a perfect closing for the track. Because I'm looking at the counter and I'm like, oh, the song is starting to get closer to the end and he's not coming back. Yeah. And not to take anything away from anybody, but his voice was just outstanding.
It made a big impact on the song.
It changed. It gave the song at that time. If you take him away from the track becomes a little bit repetitive. It starts to go through this cycle. So adding and it starts to feel like they're just kind of like repeating. It's like you're listening to the song on loop. You know, it's just repeating. But putting him in that spot completely resets the song, because it feels like a completely different track at that point, you know? And then the flute comes back in, she comes back in. It's just, I love it. I love the sound, because it adds a lot of heaviness, but it doesn't take anything away from how folky overall from the beginning to the end, how folky this song is. And I love the melody of the flute, man. Like that flute melody is just outstanding.
Well, I really liked how she was able to transplant what the flute was doing into her own vocals. She was doing the same melody.
It's an interesting dynamic. Like, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that about her, and then about him, his voice, and how the guitar sounded. Because I think there's a lot of similarities. How those elements kind of working together. So you're getting the same thing out of two different things in their own way, but they're similar in what they're trying to do as far as the song is concerned. Yeah. I think is incredible. But the flute was outstanding. The only thing that could have gotten better is if she was playing the flute and headbanging at the same time. But I don't think that's even possible.
But I don't think the mic, because she was playing it into the mic.
Yeah, I don't think it's even possible. How do you headbang and play the flute at the same time? I don't think it's possible. I don't. You can impale yourself if you're not careful.
You deep throat the
the flute.
The flute. I wonder what sound that would make.
Oh, well, that would make an interesting video, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But I love this track. Absolutely love this song. I just love the sound that it has. I love how melodic, how folky it is, and then how heavy it hits you at the same time, and it kind of balances out those two worlds. Just glorious. Glorious. What a glorious track. Love this. I love this sound. I love this kind of band, to be honest with you. It almost makes you travel with the sound that you're listening. You know what I mean? It feels like you're levitating with every. It feels like the snake charmer. You know, when she's playing the flute and you're the snake. You're kind of like just going with it. It's just absolutely incredible. Love this shit. Anything else you want to add, or you're good?
I'm good.
All right. We need to find out what the name of the song is. By the way, somebody's got to tell us in the comment section.
Or we just copy and paste and put it to Google.
No. But that's sometimes like it's not 100%. I'd rather take one of our Russian viewers to let us know exactly what it means and let us know in the comment section. I'm interested to see how the name of the song, what does it add to how the song sounds like? Yeah. Like does the song represent the name? Does the name represent the song? I'm just interested to see what that dynamic would be. All right, guys, this is it for today. Come back tomorrow. Have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.